Britain's digital railway.
One of the fun things about travelling by train is watching the changing landscape. Your journey could take you through towns or the countryside, or both, up hills and down valleys. But how did engineers build the lines across all those different types of landscape? That's what Bex and Dan are talking about today.
This train is dead fast. We've just been in the middle of a town and now we're in the countryside, all without slowing down.
Yeah, it's because the track is really straight and flat. They build them like that especially.
Bex is right. When engineers are planning a railway, right from the start, they're thinking of ways to make sure trains can run as smoothly and quickly as possible. It's better if the track is laid as straight as possible, because the fastest way between two places is a straight line. And for the track to be as level as possible, because going up hills can slow the pace. Sometimes the natural landscape helps. The line from London to Swindon is very flat and straight. That's because the area, the Thames Valley, is already very flat, and Brunel, the engineer, knew how important straight track would be. But it's not always that easy. In many parts of the UK, the countryside is not as flat, and so to keep the track as level as possible, earth might be built up into embankments or dug into to form cuttings. And even when the track is level, it might be tricky to get a straight line. Railways have to get around natural features such as rivers and hills, and man-made things like buildings, and even entire towns. But if the railway always had to go around objects, there would be many bends which would slow up the trains.
Well, you can't really move a town or a river or a big hill. That's why you need tunnels like this one when there's something to get through.
Oh, that's annoying. I was just about to level up as well. My phone reception's gone, even though we're already out of this tunnel.
That's because we're in a cutting. Tunnels are really expensive to build, so where there isn't much hill to remove, engineers just dig a groove into the land, so the railway can pass at a lower level than the original ground level.
I suppose that's a handy way to make it so trains don't need to go up a hill.
Yeah, so cuttings help keep the lines level. But just imagine how long it takes to get rid of all that earth. You'd need loads of heavy machinery to cut it out and carry it away. I kind of feel a bit sorry for the Victorian engineers who had to build this line, that have dug it out by hand and dynamite.
I don't know. Sounds kind of fun. That's better. We're out of the cutting now and hey, we're up in the air on a bridge.
Yeah, bridges help the track stay level when the land is lower.
Bex and Dan are flying along over a viaduct, a long bridge that spans a valley. There are 2,000 viaducts on the rail network and over 30,000 bridges. As well as keeping things straight and level, when building railways, engineers have to also think about something called gauge. This is the minimum width that the track needs between other tracks and also objects like tunnel walls, platforms and signals. It's to ensure that trains can pass safely without hitting anything. Sometimes the space between a train and an object can be very small, like on deep underground lines, where trains may need to move slower when going around curves to avoid hitting.
And now my mobile signal's back, I can finally level up on my game.
Britain's digital railway, with support from the Royal Academy of Engineering. Find out more at bunkidslive.com/railway.